Here we go. Come on now. There we go, Jeff. Oh, little guy. Smoked it, dude. He crushed that thing. All right, first fish of the day. There we go. Dude, he crushed that. It felt way bigger than what he actually was. All right, first fish of the day there, Jeff. Not a bad little fish, I guess, you know, to kick off the video. All right, let's let him go. Alrighty, folks. Welcome back to another video. I got Jeff and I out here. Yeah, I'll just start fresh.
Sure.
Do we really want to start on that one? Sounds beautiful. Oh, dude, that tree smoked it. I'll tell you what, brother, that tree hit it. I thought I had a daggone 4-pounder right there. There we go. Sick. Next. How are you not breaking? Right on the bank. Not a bad one. Pitch it right on the bank. Oh, he's barely hooked, Jeff. Oh, he's barely hooked, Jeff, on the back hook. Coming your way. Oh, okay. All right, man, barely hooked. Dude, that was as soon as it hit the bank. That was insane. Oh, he had there he goes, barely hooked. Right there on the Blitz DR. Nice, nice, all right. There we go, guys, another little fish right there. Little spring bass, nice, let's let him go. And he's gone. All right, well, welcome to another video, folks. My name is CJ, and I'm out here with the man, Jeff himself. And we are the Hookup Tackle. And we are out here at probably one of my favorite lakes, and at a great time too. We got a lot of different events going on right now. We got a full moon. The fish are in a shad spawn. They're also in that spawning mode, so we have a lot going on. But the whole premise of today is just coming out here, trying to break down the shad spawn for you guys and catch them on a handful of different baits. The great thing about a shad spawn is you can throw so many different types of baits. I mean, any type of technique or bait that you want to throw, you can pretty much do in the shad spawn. It's an exciting time to catch a bunch of fish and catch a lot of big fish too. So we're gonna keep fishing and hopefully catch some more fish like that and continue the day. So stay tuned, guys. So the great thing about this time of year when the shad are pushing up spawning is it makes a big lake like this fish really small. You can eliminate some of those offshore areas and start focusing on the backs of cuts, spawning creeks. Like I said earlier, our bass here are also in that. Oh, Jeff, your turtle's right here. Look at him. Dude, that's a big turtle. He's gone. Gone. But our bass are also spawning right now. So you have bass, carp, like all these fish that are pushing up shallow. So it makes this bigger lake fish really small when all these fish want to be in the backs of these cuts. So when you're going around the lake, you can eliminate a lot of water. You can focus more so on the backs of these cuts and pinpoint where those shad are spawning. You'll see them very clearly. You'll see them, oh, dang. You'll see them flickering up at the top. You'll see fish busting on them at the back of these cuts. I mean, there's a lot of telltale signs like these birds out here in the middle of this cove that'll tell you that the shad are spawning back there. And all you gotta do is follow the signs. You get back there and start working a little crankbait like this and preferably not get stuck on a tree. And I mean, for you bank anglers that just like to beat the bank and work down quick, your power fishermen, this is a great time of year for you because you can work down the bank and fish the way you want to fish, throwing multiple different baits and catch them. It's really exciting. So I personally like to work fairly quick and locate fish into an area, and then I'll sit there and I'll pick it apart. The thing about the shad spawn is when those shad push in and the bass come in with them, a lot of times they'll stay there and they'll just recycle and go over and over in these big waves. So you can find a good area and just kind of hang out and camp in it and still catch those fish throughout the day. I mean, it's a great time to just sit. But it's a great time to just sit in one area and work out that spot and just pick it apart. The thing about the shad spawn, I would say the only downside about the shad spawn is there's a lot of shad. So for your bait to stand out, you really have to change it up. Maybe instead of throwing your traditional white, you throw a different color or bolder white or something with some flash. And you have to shake it up just a little bit to stand out to those fish. I mean, hey, it could be a great time to throw some funky colors that have been sitting in your box forever that you haven't had the chance to throw. I mean, today, with how the water clarity is, I got a lot of bold white colors on the deck today. I mean, I have, what, 7 different rods on maybe? I mean, I got a ton of rods here on the deck, so we're gonna change it up, fish multiple different things. Once we get further back in the trees, we'll change up to throw a different lure. When we're out here in more open water where we have this gradual bank with a lot of rock on it, we'll work something like a little crankbait. An A-rig's a great one to throw this time of year as well. So for you A-rig guys, it's a great time to pitch around a big A-rig and catch some good fish. I love throwing a little crankbait this time of year when the shad are spawning. It allows the bait to get deeper than, there's a fish. Oh, he's in a tree. Stay on there, girl. Oh, he's wrapped up in the tree. He's still on there. Oh, he got off. Little guy. There we go, just like I was saying. Not a big one, but a little shad eater up shallow there, as I was talking about that crankbait. Show you guys more specific what I'm throwing here. A little OSP Blitz DR. You guys are probably very familiar with that bait. We've talked about it a ton in the past. There's another victim to it. Nice. I love throwing baits like this time of year because a lot of times you can get below where all the shad are and below some of the smaller fish like that to pick off the bigger ones. You can also cover a lot of water quick, so it's a great search tool. Stick. Oh, there we go. Yep. T-bone that little thing. Gosh, they're so mean. Even these little guys are fighting so hard. So I changed up my presentation there a little bit, or my cadence. Instead of straight reeling, I just kind of burn, stop, made it look like a erratic shad down there fleeing, and it worked. Didn't even really feel a bite there, just kind of pulled into him and knocked slack in my line. Nothing crazy yet, but man, they are crushing that little crankbait. Again, just burn, stop, trying to make it look like a little fleeing shad down there, and he crushed it. Nice. Thank you, buddy. He gone. Sick. Check your line, kids. Make sure it's good to go.
Wear a condom?
Wear a condom. Check your line and wear a condom, kids. Don't do drugs.
Got him, biggin'. Can't wait for that audio.
Big. I know. I can't tell if he's swimming or spiraling at me.
It's a crappie.
I hope it's a crappie. He's not that big. He's just, dude, they're so mean for their size, and I'm also throwing a 6-foot 9-inch rod, so.
Oh my God.
Oh, you ready? He's coming in, Jeff. Oh.
Is he coming in?
He's coming in. Oh, he's hooked on the side of the face. So worked the back of that cut over there. Worked some brush with some different baits. Didn't get bit there. And got to this rockier bank, turned around, threw a crankbait, and there he is. Little chunky fella. See you, buddy.
You gotta wonder. Well, you need one. Got him. Right up, bro. That's sick.
Right here. Oh, gosh, dude, they fight so hard for their size.
Keep her on. Where's she at?
She's right here.
Don't lose her. Remember. Oh God.
We gotta build the momentum. Ready?
There you go.
Another big one right at the boat. Crushing it. There you go, folks. A little guy. Nothing big. Right against the bank there. Hit it right at the boat. It was insane. We need to catch something bigger. I'm ready for a bigger fish. We need a bigger pool here.
This is really good.
I've never seen water this color here. Oh my gosh, trolling motor, holy shit.
Got him. You set the hook hard enough on that one?
There we go. Jeez, yeah, he wasn't going anywhere, huh?
Jesus Christ, dude.
smoked it out there. We were just talking about, we moved to this little spot. We were just talking about how the water's a lot different colored, and we weren't sure if the fish would eat in this kind of water clarity. And literally that little guy crushed it. So we swapped up baits a little bit and took a break from the crankbait. Grabbed the underspin there. It's just a great little shad profile. You got the blade below it to mimic a little shad. You got the body there. This one has a little weed guard on it. This is a Warbaits head there. That one has a weed guard on it. That way it just bounces off this brush a little better than one without it. A little more snag free, you could say. But thank you, little buddy. These fish are shallow. They're not super far off the bank. I mean, that fish came in probably just a couple feet of water. The only thing is we're not finding a lot of that size quite yet. So the size fish might be out deeper, suspended, chasing big balls of shad. Like I said, those shad will move into these big pockets like you can see here behind me, and they'll use these little lanes and these trees as highways. And sometimes if there's enough of them, they'll get in these big schools and they'll stay out in the middle and they'll just make their way towards the back. And a lot of times that's when your bigger fish will stay underneath them and just suspend out and however deep it is out here in the middle. So those fish are definitely harder to catch in the shad spawn until the shad are all the way back. When they're all the way back and the gates are open and those big bass are busting shallow, it's a lot of fun. But until then, to get those bigger fish, typically you're going to be looking a little deeper. You can still catch smaller fish to mid-sized fish working the bank here, and sometimes those bigger fish will push up before the shad get way back there. Otherwise, they'll sit kind of out on the points. But I mean, it's still a great way to catch a ton of fish. I mean, we've just been working the bank today, not doing really anything crazy, and we've caught a handful of fish. So it's not bad at all. I mean, we'll keep working this little stretch here because this is a good shad spawn pocket, and then see what we can pull out of the water here. So there's a lot of different angles that you can go about approaching the shad spawn. Typically what I like to do is before I head out to the lake, I'll look on a map, whether it's on my phone, on my graphs, I mean, even Google Maps, something like that. And I'll look for all the big main lake cuts that cut super back into the back end of the lake. Like out here at Roosevelt, you have two ends to this lake, and they both go quite a ways back and have a lot of shad spawn cuts to them. So I'll look at the main lake area and I'll find the deepest cuts, and then that's where I'll start, right? I'll start from the outside and I'll slowly work in. The further you get back is typically where the shad are gonna spawn. They're gonna look to spawn in the very back of the cut. Oh, I just got wrecked, dude. Oh, you didn't get it. Like for instance, that fish came out on the point actually. We fished into the back of this cut the entire time, didn't get bit. We worked back towards the outside here and I got bit. So typically I'll start on the outside and I'll work in, and if I'm not getting bit inside where all the shad are, sometimes there's just too much shad to stand out, I'll start working out to where they're thinning out a little bit. And I showed right there, I mean, we worked out to this point and got bit almost right away versus when we were way back in there, I didn't get bit at all. So, but that's how I would typically approach the areas and where you're gonna find the fish during the shad spawn. There it is, finally. There we go, little guy. Probably our last fish of the day there. Another cookie cutter bass up shallow chasing shad. Man, it's been a long day. We've just been, let him go real quick so I don't hold him out here. It's been a long day. We've worked a lot of bank, man. We've covered so much water today, just looking for those deep cuts where those shad are gonna be spawning. Like I said, I had 7 different rods on the deck today, so it's kind of like a junk fishing day. But again, when they're spawning, when the shad are back there spawning, it's a great time to throw a wide range of baits and just have a good time. So I think I caught fish on most of the baits. I had a stealth blade fish today. I had a Blitz DR fish today, a couple of DR fish. I just got that guy on the Little John 50, so swapped up crankbaits there. He ate that one right there. Pretty much caught everything caught a fish on everything except for a beeble. But again, guys, if you're looking to just maybe try new techniques or get better at your craft, the shad spawn's a great time to get out there and just hammer on a bunch of fish. So again, you're gonna get numbers. You might not get the size, but hey, sometimes you get on those bites where the big fish are just pushing up, feeding on the shad, and it's a great time. So Jeff and I are gonna get out of here. Thank you guys so much for tuning into today's video, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care.